Madame Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. I'm delighted to be here today to talk to you about affirmations and the power of affirmations. It's one of my favorite subjects. Affirmations are those things that you tell yourself so that your unconscious starts believing new beliefs and new thoughts. I don't know if you knew, but 96% or more of our daily thoughts are performed by our unconscious. So we're not aware of all these thoughts that we have on our own mind. Let me tell you a little bit of my aha moment with affirmations, because you can read a lot about them, but until you practice them yourself, they don't work. So my story is that in year 2002, there was a crisis in Argentina and also hit Uruguay in South America, financial crisis. So my husband and I decided to come to the United States. But this time, not like my previous time, I came here without a job offer secured. So I came here, started sending resumes all over the place, but I was getting no answer. Nobody was replying. It was too fast that I needed the turnaround. It doesn't work so fast. So I started to go out and find a job out there in the Temecula marketplace. And I ended up having a job with a jeweler guy, okay? So I'm in the jeweler store. At the beginning, I'm putting his inventory together in the computer and doing things where I could help him most, like QuickBooks and things like that. But eventually, we had all these long hours we were spending together. And the guy is telling me his whole life. I'm kind of becoming his shrink, in a way. So all the time we spend together, and I'm listening to the old stories. And apparently the guy was very happy in his past. He had the love of his life, he was married to her, he had all his toys like buggies and sand buggies to go to the desert. He had his business going very well for him. But right now he was feeling frustrated, his new marriage wasn't going too well, his business wasn't going well either. So I wasn't sure what to tell the guy. It was a pretty depressing situation. I don't know if you can figure it. But I'm all day with this guy that is pretty depressed. So eventually, I realized, and it just comes to me, this perfect phrase for the guy. So I'm like, I know what you gotta do. Just repeat this affirmation. And I tell him, the affirmation is this: I am back on top of my life. And I'm not even sure at that point that is correct English, but it makes sense to me. Just repeat this: I am back on top of my life. Okay? And the guy is like looking at me like, you must be nuts. And I was like, you sure? But he kind of trusts me at that point already. So he started repeating it, but not too much. And then he was like, how was it? What is that I had to say? And I would go again, I am back on top of my life. But of course, the affirmation was perfect also for me, because I was working for a jeweler guy where my passion was programming computers and doing other things. So it was perfect for him, it was perfect for me. Well, something very funny and kind of miraculous happened. One of these times that he was asking me, can you repeat the phrase for me? And I'm like, I am back on top of my life. The phone rings, and I pick it up, and the call is for me. And this is the only guy I meet in Temecula, apart from my family. There was also some of my family living in Temecula. And the guy tells me, Cecilia, you gotta quit that job right now. He used the S word in the middle. You gotta quit that job right now and come work with me and program with me. And I'm like, oh my God, the affirmation worked for me. I was actually so much for the other guy, and it worked for me. I'm not so sure it worked for him. I don't know if he worked it eventually, but I hope he did, and his life is better. I haven't seen him since. I took the other job, and it was a very good situation for me, and things kept happening. After I kept repeating this affirmation, I got my resumes started working over time, and I'm getting these calls, and they synchronically happen at the same time. So I'm getting the calls simultaneously, and that worked very well because I could negotiate a better deal with the one company I wanted to go for a project in Kentucky where my second daughter was born. And so affirmations kept working over and over for me. Actually, some incredible thing happened. The day I wrote down this, I kept get out of the shower, and I have my next talk for Toastmaster. I write it down. So I write all this kind of story that I'm telling you. And the thing is, that same day, I went to my work, and believe me or not, I had a casual talk with my boss, which ended up in them offering one more free day to work from home. So I mean, believe me, there's a power in affirmations, and you just have to do it. The way I encourage you to do it is before you even jump out of bed. When you open your eyes in the morning and you're still kind of sleepy and there, just start repeating affirmations. Say something like, life is good, life is simple. You can start with simple things that will get you going. Life is phenomenal, actually. Life is wonderful and magnificent. But you can repeat whatever you're comfortable with. And then you start working with specific areas, whatever it is that you're working at that time. So it might be your relationships, right? And then you're going to say something like, I have the perfect partner, or I have, something like, I'm in a new level of love. Maybe you want to feel lucky and you are feeling like going to Vegas, and you can repeat something specific like that. Usually it's more things that you're working inside. You can do a juxtaposition and you can say something like, I am happy and I'm successful. You know, you can do it in whatever area you want. You might need to work with money and you might say, I have all the money I need. Or you might say, I'm in a perfect cycle of giving and receiving love, money, and time. So whatever it is that your heart guides you into, because affirmations start flowing to you. If you do the practice, and you practice them often, and some of you maybe did them for a long time or a short time, and now you forgot them and set them aside, they work. I'm just here to remind you that they work. Keep doing it. And if you never experimented with them, it's just great fun to just start. It's free, you know, it's easy to do, and it might bring something into your life that you never know that you might be needing. So I really encourage you to start that practice, and then if you want, you can come to me with specific subjects that you would like to work. I do have something where affirmations do flow to me, and I would love to share that with any of you that would be willing to do that. But especially, I encourage you to do it even before you jump out of bed. Just start your day and kick it out with wonderful phrases that will make your day and your life better.